is William Taylor, former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, and CNN military analyst and retired Army four-star General Wesley Clark, former NATO Supreme Allied Commander. General Clark, I want to start with these 8,500 U.S. troops. What is the purpose of a possible deployment like that? I mean, is it really just to send a message to Russia, or are there actual tactical reasons for it?
Well, there might be tactical reasons, but the first purpose is to send a message to Russia. It's a message of NATO resolve. The 8,500 U.S. troops that are on alert would be matched by at least 8,500 troops from our allied nations. And there's nothing that signals resolve better than deploying troops. Now, if you want to make a difference, you got to put airplanes in. We need a NATO composite air expeditionary force into Romania. That way we could actually backstop our allies and we could prevent any spillover of Russian actions in Ukraine. But I suspect that will come. I'm sure it's being planned.
Ambassador Taylor, I mean, thus far, do you think Russia is engaged in diplomacy in good faith? Is it a stall for time as they apparently are moving more troops into position?
Anderson, I don't think you can say it's they're operating in good faith. What they have been doing is they've been willing to sit down and talk with first Deputy Secretary Wendy Sherman and President Biden has been involved, of course. Secretary Blinken has been there to see the foreign minister. So they've been going through the motions. They've got demands, as your report just indicated, that are untenable, that are not serious, that will violate principles that NATO and the United States and Europeans have lived by, which is a principle of sovereignty. We're talking about Ukraine as a sovereign nation. It gets to choose. And this these proposals from President Putin would deny that clearly.
General Clark, I mean, one of Russia's huge concerns is Ukraine ultimately joining NATO, and there is a path forward for that for Ukraine. How likely do you think what's happened makes it more likely that down the road Ukraine would be allowed to join NATO, or less likely?
Oh, I think it makes it more likely. I think what Putin has done is energized all of the alliance to recognize that we need strength